Listen to me carefully, because what I'm about to say might just wake up the fire in you that's been sleeping for years. There comes a point in life when you look around and realize that you've been living on autopilot. Wake up, go to school, go to work, do the same thing every single day, and somehow expect life to magically get better. It doesn't. Nothing changes until you change. And deep inside you, there's that one dream, that big, scary, unbelievable dream, that thing you've been too afraid to tell most people, because you know they'll laugh, you know they'll call you crazy, you know they'll try to pull you back down to their level. But let me tell you something, those dreams, they are your soul screaming at you, begging you to move, begging you to break free. This speech is for the ones who have been underestimated, for the ones who have been doubted, for the ones who were told they were too dumb, too poor, too weak, too late, or too old. This is for the ones who know deep inside, I am meant for more. Most people are not failing because life is too hard. Most people are failing because their dreams are too small. You think it's crazy to dream of being a millionaire, building an empire, living life on your terms, retiring your parents, traveling the world, or breaking records. You think it's unrealistic. Let me ask you, who taught you what realistic means? Realistic is a word invented by people who gave up. It's a word invented by those who settled for average and want you to settle too, so they don't feel so bad about quitting on themselves. Stop listening to those people. Stop letting losers tell you how to win. Start dreaming so big that when you say your goals out loud, even you get chills. Because here's the truth, nobody remembers the person who played it safe. Nobody remembers the person who lived a quiet, ordinary life and did exactly what they were told. People remember the ones who dared to be different, the ones who said, "Watch me," the ones who made their doubters sit in silence when they succeeded. But let me be honest with you, having a big dream is not enough. Once you decide to chase something extraordinary, life is going to punch you in the face. The moment you say, "I want more," life will say, "Prove it." You will be tested, you will be rejected, you will be betrayed. People you thought would support you will disappear. You will face nights where you cry yourself to sleep, wondering if you made the wrong choice. But understand this, pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. Pressure is what turns coal into diamonds. Resistance is what builds muscle. And failure is what builds champions. Every time life knocks you down, you have two options: stay there like a victim, or get up with twice the power and keep moving forward. Champions choose the second option. You have to stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, the perfect time. You have to stop waiting for someone to save you, to discover you, to hand you the life you want. Nobody is coming. Nobody is going to knock on your door and say, "Here's the life you've always dreamed of." The world doesn't owe you anything, not happiness, not money, not respect, not love. But here's the good news. You don't need anyone's permission to start building your dream. If you want something, go get it. If you want a better life, build it. If you want respect, earn it. If you want freedom, fight for it. Do you understand how powerful you really are? There are billions of people in this world, and not a single one of them has the same mind, the same heart, the same fire as you. You are a one-time miracle. You will never exist again, and you're going to waste that miracle playing small, living a life you hate. No, not anymore. You want to chase big dreams, good, but let me warn you, you're going to have to pay the price. You will have to say no to parties, no to toxic friends, no to wasting hours scrolling through nonsense. You will have to wake up earlier, stay up later, work when you're tired, grind when you're broke, and push yourself past limits you didn't even know existed. Success is rented, and the rent is due every single day. You can't just work hard for a week and expect to see results. You can't just try for a month and quit when it gets hard. You have to keep showing up. And here's the thing, nobody will clap for you in the beginning. Nobody will believe in you when you're just starting. Nobody will post about you on Instagram when you're broke and grinding. But when you finally make it, when you finally start winning, they will all pretend they believed in you from the start. They will all act like they always knew you were special. So stop chasing validation, chase results. You need to become a machine. Not a robot, but a relentless force of nature. When you say you're going to do something, do it. When you make a promise to yourself, keep it. When you get tired, keep going. When you feel like quitting, double down. Discipline will take you places motivation never will. Motivation is great, but it comes and goes. Discipline is what makes you show up even when you don't feel like it. When you become that kind of person, you are dangerous because nothing can stop you. Not failure, not fear, not doubt, not anyone's opinion. Here's the best part: one day, all the sacrifices will make sense. One day, the same people who laughed at you will watch you living the life they always wanted, but were too scared to build. One day, your haters will run out of things to say. One day, your family will be proud. One day, you will look in the mirror and smile because you didn't quit when life got hard. That's what "just wait and watch" means. You don't need to fight with everyone, argue with everyone, prove everyone wrong right now. Just keep working, keep building, keep moving in silence, because one day the results will speak so loud you won't need to say a word. My friend, the clock is ticking. Your life is not a rehearsal. This is it. This is your one shot. The question is, will you waste it living like everyone else? Or will you rise up and demand more from yourself? Will you sit around complaining about your problems? Or will you build the life you deserve? Will you spend your life waiting for someone to believe in you? Or will you believe in yourself? You already have what it takes. You have the mind. You have the heart. You have the power. All you need to do is decide. Decide that from today you are done playing small. Decide that from today you are done letting fear control you. Decide that from today you are going all in on your dream. And when people laugh, let them laugh. When people doubt you, let them doubt. When people leave, let them leave. Just keep saying in your heart, "Big dream, just wait and watch." Because one day they will, and on that day you won't need to say anything at all. Your success will do all the talking. Most people are not living, they're just existing. They wake up, they go to work or school, they complain, they scroll on their phones, they eat, they sleep, and they repeat the same miserable routine for years. And they call that life. That's not life, that's survival. You were not put here just to pay bills and die. You were put here to create, to expand, to conquer, to achieve something that makes people stop and look. But the problem is, most of you are too scared to even say your dream out loud. You are worried about what people will think, what your parents will say, what your friends will joke about. You are worried about failing, so you don't even try. And that's why you stay stuck. I need you to understand something right now. If your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. If you can easily explain your dream to other people, and they all nod and say, "Yeah, that sounds reasonable," then you are aiming way too low. A real dream makes people look at you like you're crazy. A real dream makes you nervous just thinking about it. A real dream makes your stomach turn because deep down you know it will take everything you've got. And that's exactly why you need to chase it. Playing small does nothing for you. Living a safer life, taking safer choices, following the path everyone else is walking, will leave you miserable. You will wake up one day at 40 or 50, look in the mirror, and wonder why you feel so empty. It's because you ignored the voice in your heart that was telling you to do more. You settled for less because you were afraid of what could go wrong, instead of getting excited about what could go right. Every great person you admire once had a crazy dream. They were told it would never work. They were told to be realistic. They were told they weren't good enough, but they chased it anyway. And because they chased it, the world had no choice but to respect them. The only difference between you and them is they refuse to live small. So this is your wake-up call. Dream big, bigger than you have ever allowed yourself to dream before. If it scares you, good. If it feels impossible, even better. Because it means you are finally aiming for something worth fighting for. The fear you feel is not a warning, it's a signal that you are stepping into the life you are meant to live. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop worrying about what anyone else thinks. Close your eyes, picture the life you really want, and say to yourself, "This is mine, and I will do whatever it takes to make it real." The moment you decide to go after something great, the moment you decide to break free from average, life is going to test you. Don't think for a second that you can just set a big goal and everything will magically line up. The second you say, "I want more," the universe says, "Let's see if you mean it." And that's when the real fight begins. You will face challenges you never saw coming. People you thought would cheer for you will suddenly turn into critics. Friends will ghost you, family will question you, and strangers will laugh at you. Opportunities you thought were guaranteed will fall through, and doors will slam in your face over and over again. And this is where most people quit. This is where the average person says, "Maybe this just isn't meant for me." But that's the trap. That is the moment life is watching you to see what you are made of. Every setback is a question life is asking you. How bad do you really want it? Most people fold. They give up at the first sign of resistance because they want it to be easy. But if it was easy, everyone would have the life you're dreaming of. If it was easy, everyone would be rich, everyone would be free, everyone would be living on their terms, but they aren't. Pressure creates greatness. Pain creates power. Every time life knocks you down, it is shaping you into the person capable of handling the dream you asked for. You cannot build strength without struggle. You cannot build character without hardship. You cannot build resilience without being put through fire. When everything feels like it's going wrong, that is not life trying to destroy you, that is life sharpening you. You have to learn to love the test. When something goes wrong, don't complain, adapt. When people leave, let them. When you lose money, learn the lesson. When you fail, get back up and try again with twice the effort. Every great success story is full of pain, setbacks, and rejection. But those who make it never stay down for long. So when the test comes and it will, don't run, don't hide, don't cry about how unfair life is. Smile and say, "Is that all you've got?" Then keep going. Because if you can keep pushing when everything is against you, you become unstoppable. The tests are not there to break you, they are there to build you into the person who is ready for the life you are chasing. Pass the test, and the reward will be greater than you ever imagined. One of the most dangerous lies you can ever believe is that someone out there is supposed to come and save you. That one day some magical opportunity will appear, someone will recognize your talent, give you a break, and hand you the life you've always wanted. That is not how the world works. Nobody is coming to rescue you. Nobody is sitting around thinking about how to make your life better. The world does not owe you happiness. It does not owe you success. It does not owe you love. It does not owe you respect. And the sooner you accept that, the faster you will take control of your own destiny. People spend so much time blaming their parents, blaming the government, blaming the economy, blaming bad luck. They sit around complaining about how unfair life is, like somehow crying about it is going to change anything. Complaining doesn't change your bank account. Blaming others doesn't make your dreams come true. Sitting and waiting for a miracle is the fastest way to die with regret. You have to understand you are not entitled to anything you haven't earned. But that's not a bad thing. In fact, it's the most liberating truth you'll ever learn. Because if the world doesn't owe you anything, that means you don't have to wait on the world for permission. You don't have to wait for a lucky break. You don't have to wait for someone to notice you. You don't have to wait for circumstances to be perfect. You can start right now. You can build your dream with whatever resources you have today, no matter how small, no matter how limited, no matter how far behind you think you are. The ones who win in life are not the ones who were born lucky. They are the ones who stopped waiting and started acting. They are the ones who understood that nobody was coming, so they became their own savior. They became the kind of person who refuses to sit around feeling sorry for themselves. They became the kind of person who doesn't beg for opportunities, they create them. You must decide that you will never again rely on anyone else for your future. Stop expecting handouts, stop expecting sympathy, stop expecting shortcuts. Build yourself so strong, so capable, so valuable that you don't need anything from anyone. That is true freedom, to wake up and know that your life is in your hands, that your results are your responsibility, and that no matter what happens, you will find a way. When you embrace this truth, you stop being a victim and you start being unstoppable. Because you realize there is no one to blame, there is only work to do. And once you take full ownership, there is nothing on earth that can stop you from creating the life you deserve. Everybody wants the result, but almost nobody wants to pay the price. Everyone dreams of driving the car, living in the house, having the freedom, and enjoying the respect. But when it comes to doing the work, making the sacrifices, and paying the cost, they disappear. You have to understand that success is not free. The dream you want, the life you want, it all has a price tag attached to it, and the price is paid in sweat, tears, lonely nights, and relentless discipline. If you are not willing to sacrifice for your dream, then don't cry when you end up with an average life. Sacrifice means saying no when everyone else is saying yes. It means missing parties, skipping weekends, turning off distractions, cutting off toxic friends, and sometimes even walking away from people you love because they don't align with where you are going. It means waking up when you don't feel like it, working when you are tired, and staying focused when the entire world is trying to pull you away. It means delaying the comfort of today for the greatness of tomorrow. Most people will not do this. Most people want it easy, they want it fast, they want it without pain, and that is why most people stay stuck. If you want something extraordinary, you must be willing to live a life most people will never understand. They will call you obsessed. They will say you have changed. They will tell you to slow down. They will think you are crazy for working so hard. But one day, those same people will look at you in disbelief when they see what you built. And on that day, all the sacrifices will be worth it. You have to understand that nothing great is built without pressure. There is no overnight success. The person you admire, the one you look at and say, wow, they have it all. They went through years of sacrifice that nobody saw. They stayed up late when everyone else was asleep. They kept going when no one was clapping. They kept grinding when they had nothing to show for it. That's what it takes. The question is, are you willing to pay that price? Are you willing to sacrifice your comfort now so you can live free later? Are you willing to do what most people won't so you can live the life most people can't? Because if you are, then nothing can stop you. But if you aren't, then you need to stop complaining, stop envying, and stop blaming life because you chose comfort over greatness. Sacrifice is the down payment for your dream. The sooner you pay it, the sooner you get to live the life you were born to live. The goal is not just to work hard for a few weeks and hope something good happens. The goal is to turn yourself into the kind of person who cannot be stopped. You have to become a force of nature, a machine that refuses to quit. A human being that keeps showing up no matter how tired, no matter how broke, no matter how many times life tries to break you. Most people are not beaten by the world, they are beaten by themselves. They start strong, they get excited, they work for a little while, and then they let fear, laziness, excuses, or distractions take over. If you can master your own mind, if you can build discipline so strong that you move forward even when everything in you wants to stop, you become unstoppable. This isn't about motivation. Motivation fades. You can watch a video, get hyped, feel powerful for 20 minutes, and then go back to doing nothing. You need something stronger than motivation. You need discipline. Discipline is showing up when you don't feel like it. Discipline is doing the work whether you are in the mood or not. Discipline is keeping your word to yourself no matter what. When you build discipline, you stop negotiating with weakness. You stop listening to the voice that says, take it easy. You stop waiting for the right mood, the perfect timing, the right opportunity. You just move, and when you keep moving, something powerful happens. You build momentum. The same way a snowball gets bigger as it rolls downhill. Your actions start stacking up. Your results start multiplying, and suddenly you have become someone people cannot ignore. It is no longer about whether you feel like it. It becomes who you are. Unstoppable people are dangerous because they do not quit. They do not slow down when they face failure. They do not collapse when people doubt them. They do not break when life throws pain their way. They absorb every hit. They learn, they grow, and they come back twice as strong. That's what it means to be unstoppable. You have to make a decision right now. Either you will keep living like everyone else, starting and quitting, dreaming and doubting, planning and procrastinating, or you will become the rare type of person who sees something through no matter what. If you decide to be that person, then understand this. Nothing and no one will be able to hold you back. Not rejection, not fear, not failure, not the opinions of others. You will become a walking example of what happens when someone refuses to quit. And when you get to that point, success is inevitable, because the only way to truly lose in life is to give up. If you don't quit, you can't lose. So stop holding back. Stop hesitating. Become unstoppable and watch the world move out of your way. Now you've heard it all. Dream bigger than anyone dares to dream. Prepare yourself for life's tests. Stop waiting for someone to save you. Pay the price through sacrifice and transform yourself into an unstoppable force. This is not just motivation for today. This is a blueprint for your entire life. The choice is in front of you right now. Stay comfortable, stay safe, stay average, or take a deep breath and step into the unknown where your true potential lies. Yes, it will hurt. Yes, it will be lonely. Yes, you will be doubted. But every bit of pain, every night you spend working while the world sleeps, every moment of struggle will make the victory that much sweeter. One day, you will look back and thank yourself for refusing to give up. One day, the people who said you couldn't do it will have no choice but to respect you. One day, your success will be so loud that you won't have to explain yourself to anyone. They will just watch. This is your time, not next year, not someday, not when it's convenient. Right now. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. The perfect moment is the one you create with your actions today. Decide, commit, move. Every dream you've ever had is waiting for you on the other side of fear. So take the leap, do the work, stay focused. Keep saying it every single day. Big dream, just wait and watch. And when the day comes, and it will, you will smile, because you will know you earned every second of the life you are living.